Hello, welcome here, and welcome back. It's that guy's Blues Gets. This is a very interesting uh, session of broken news for the New York Giants. Because I don't do breaking news. Okay, you can go anywhere else for breaking news. You just, by the time the news break, it's already in your knowledge sphere, right? So you already know about it because all these other social medias and everything else, and the news is just in your face. So you already know what things happen for this team before I can even try to tell them 99% of the time, maybe, except we're just talking about something that's not something that's going to be breaking news. But this is broken news, okay? And the broken news for the New York Giants now recently has been that Joe Schoen, current general manager of the team, has been extended. They have given him an extension of some type. Is it a year? Is it 2 years? Who knows? All right. But we know that they're telling us that him and Jim, I'm sorry, John Harbaugh, our head coach, are the dynamic duel in the front office and coaching staff that we have been missing out on, because that's what we're supposed to believe from them. They haven't played any football games yet, of course. They got zero football games played together at all. Okay. Joe Shane's current record as the general manager of the team is not that good, not that great, kind of disappointing and kind of a letdown. But that's okay because he deserved the extension he got, of course, because he made such a great addition to the handover of his responsibilities to Aponte, I guess. That's how we're supposed to see it. I'm not sure. Don't really take time to figure much of it out because, I'm just part of the fandom here. In all actuality, I'm not an owner of the team, part owner of the team. I'm not in the front office of the New York Giants, so I don't make these decisions for them. We don't make these decisions as the fandom for the team. They do their own thing, in the most part, of course. So, yeah, the team decided to bring back Joe Shane here for a couple more years or for another year. We'll find out. It may just be a thing for John Harbaugh's own protection in case things don't go great this season. You never know. Are we gonna go 17-0? Yeah, yeah, possibly. All right, yeah, say yeah. We're gonna go 17-0. Okay, of course we are. Maybe we won't. So I guess we'll have to find out. But if things in the season just don't go great, who knows how actual that stuff is when it's pen to paper. Doesn't really matter for the front office of these teams or the owners of these teams, I should say. They'll move on from a GM no matter what type of extension they give him or her at that time. You know what I mean? So take that as, I guess, I am, of course, not all that surprised. I don't think you should be either. This has been the way the Giants have been going for the last decade or so. Right? Haven't been a very good team. They've been one of the most losing NFL teams in the NFL. All right. You don't get that way just by happenstance. No, it took some time. And with a GM like, Joe Shane, who has a not so great win percentage as the general manager of the team, you can see why. I mean, he's been here for five, and you say one of the, losing his franchise the last decade. He's here for half of it. It's been half of it with him. And of course, Brian Daboll, who's no longer here. That's why we have John Harbaugh here, who's going to set the new way for us. That's a dynamic dual combo that we're supposed to be hearing about. And they haven't even played a game yet, haven't had a snap, referee call, a challenged flag, a pregame. Shit, they haven't had a preseason game yet. But it is what it is with that. We'll see. That's a whole different separate subject of the broken news. So I say we don't do breaking news. So you already know about that with Joe Shane. It's not a surprise. I probably didn't have much of a different opinion from other critics about Joe Shane's performance as general manager. Those who might be more lenient with their understanding of the um, bad general managing he has been doing may have a different take on it. That's cool too. That's long ago. This is just broken news because the Giants are kind of broken, so it's broken news. More broken news for the New York Giants. And then, of course, and most recent broken news, the Giants are always broken the news, man. They always broken in the news. So they broken more news here with our quarterback here, Jackson Dart. Practicing his God-given right as an American, of course, to go out here and promote the current president of the United States here. And the issues around him, I don't think we need to discuss. I'm not going to waste my time discussing them because they're well known, of course. So, it's not great. You just hope that the man here has better people around him to better guide him away from them type of things because he's just a young individual. We have to remember here, all right, with any of these players here, this is real talk here right now. These are young gentlemen here, you know what I'm saying? Young youth, men, young men coming up and learning the ways of life. All right. These guys are only like 21, 22 years old. I mean, think about it. Physiologically, their brains don't even hit full maturity. Our brains as men don't even hit full maturity. It's like 25 years old, man. All right. And then their athletic primes are like what, 27, 28. So he's got time to grow and obtain better understanding and more clarity and perhaps how he should handle himself around certain people, man, that don't have the best of things around them. And that goes off for any of them, right? Yeah, so that's just anybody in general. So it's nothing special. It's not a Dart, he did that. No, he did what he did. Okay, that's his choice. But the problem is that it probably for most people and myself, if I were to express my displeasure with the whole thing, other than the involvement of such individual one, of course, is that my man's going up there like, go Giants, go Big Blue. Let's go get. No, you don't go up there and do that. Who told you to go up there and do that? Did the team tell you to go up there and do that? Probably not. Okay, probably not. No matter what type of likely um, support they may show for, this administration in some ways. I don't even know how to say that because it's not really this administration, right? They're probably just Republicans. If you wanted to talk about what a Republican or Democrat or whatever else, conservative, liberal, whatever. I don't have time for that, right? So their priority is just support of the party itself, and we all understand everything after that. But it's unfortunate that somebody didn't speak to him and say you probably shouldn't go up there and talk about attaching the team's franchise or itself to your little stunt that you want to go out and do. Okay. That's not the right move you should make. You've only been here for how long now? You got how many wins for this team? How many Super Bowls for this team? I miss Eli. You miss Eli too, guys? I understand. Guys, gals. Yeah, I understand. Me too. Eli was pretty good, man. Kept his head down, did his thing. For a dude, man. That's the broken news. That's all I have to really say about it. Now, if this really affects the team further down the road, man, I don't think it affects the team. As far as their relationship, the game is they haven't even played the game together yet. Not even a preseason game. You know how it affects the team, how it affects people's or others' outlook on the team or their hype and wanting, the good stuff out of the team. I don't know. Mm-hmm. All that to spell itself out, I think that, people play up and play good and play well if they don't. And then it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because we want the team to play better and the franchise to get back on track. But if the franchise is going to just turn itself into a clown show like it has been for the last decade, it continue to as far as personnel moves or even the personnel, it seems like this at this time here, you know, players and such. It's just, okay. Then we probably should expect just more losing and stuff. That's unfortunate too. But maybe not. Okay, I don't want to be a downer, a negative guy just because that's not what I'm doing here. This is a serious discussion though. Probably one of the more serious discussions that I've had on this channel and my channel here since its inception. That a discussion here. And of course, it's an open discussion for anybody that might come by here. Welcome here, welcome back. It's that guy's Blues kid. Welcome here, it's your first time. Welcome back if it's not. You're more than welcome to leave your opinions down here in the comment section, as they would say. I'm open to hearing discussion like that. You should already know by now. I don't really have a problem hearing your opinion about it as long as we're based on some type of fact. okay, and in good faith discussion, then we could work through a lot of things. But I think even those who are, like I say, a particular party, but not in fact a particular guy, would understand that that probably wasn't the best move for our quarterback to go out here and try to make for himself, or at least as the quarterback of the New York Giants. For himself is a whole different thing. As a quarterback of the New York Giants and stating that as yourself and going up there with go big blue, let me get a go big blue before he come. No. Okay. You go in and dance and wear as many chains and necklaces and studs in your ears and all this extra shit as you want. But that never really be the thing that proves to who you are, who you really are when it comes to some things, man. Remember that in particular. But we'll see. So New York Giants broken news. That's my little discussion on the fact. I hope you enjoyed it and you know, thought it was a fair discussion around it. I hope it was. I think I really don't have any other need to talk about it because we're just waiting for the football game. And I don't do a whole bunch of breaking news. I do broken news. And just some broken news. All right, there's been a lot of news that have come out by the teams, training camp and things like that. And it sounds like okay stuff. Okay, but we hear that every preseason or OTAs about the defense and offense. So we'll see when the preseason kicks off. Of course, we'll have some discussion about the division and the schedule has been out, of course. That's more broken news, but that's not really broken news. That's just the news come out, is that, of course, the schedule has come out. Okay, the difference. But yeah, we'll have that, of course. I'll try to get that up, of course. Hopefully so. All right, then. Yeah, be good, be safe, and all that good stuff. Let's go, Giants. I don't have anybody to introduce after I say that. Okay, I'm just saying, let's go team. Let's go, Big Blue.